day and welcome to Fides Television, reaching you live on Fides Media. I am Dennis Joy, your host. We are excited to bring you another insightful episode of Fides Family and Society to discuss the crucial topic, negative impact of social media on society. I have two exceptional guests here with me who are co-members representing Education and Ict CDS Group. Let's have them introduce themselves.
Thank you for welcoming to the show. My name is Chiboma Oluwebube Ogunka, and I'm a co-member of Oka South Local Government.
It's a pleasure having you on the show.
My name is Ken Osiobe, and I'm a civic corps member of Anambra State in Oka South Local Government.
It's a pleasure having you on the show. So I would like you to just give us a little bit hints here and there. We've been hearing of the Education and Ict CDS Group. What is it basically all about?
The Education and Ict CDS Group is a group created to enlighten people, youth, and basically youth. The target audience is youth. On on ICT, on computers, on things relating to tech and all that, to enlighten them to know more about it.
All right, thank you very much. It's a pleasure having you both on the show. We'll discuss further on the topic after the short break. Please stay tuned. Welcome back and thanks for staying tuned to the show. We're still discussing the topic, negative impact of social media on society. Let's start off right away. So let me start by asking Ms. Tiffany, do you think social media has more negative impacts than positive? Because our topic has it there, the negative impact of social media on the society.
I wouldn't say social media has more negative impacts. I wouldn't say social media has more negative impacts. Rather, I would say it's being misused by some individuals. Of course, there are negative parts, but not in excess. It depends on the individual who is using that social media, or the individuals who are using the social media at that particular point in time. Some of them misuse social media or misuse the opportunity given to them through social media.
Okay, so in a scale, if you would weigh the both, you would say personally, in essence, that social media has more positive impact than negative. Is that your stance?
Yes. Okay, on a scale, I would give it like a 70-30. Positive. Yes, it's more of positivity than negativity. Yes, just that some individuals out there has misused this social media. Do you understand the point I'm driving
very
out?
Very much. Thank you very much. So let me move on to Mr. Ken. What's your stance? Do you think social media has more negative effects than positive, or the other way around?
I would say like it's a 50-50 thing.
Okay.
It's a 50-50 thing because the people posting out good content are there, people posting out bad content are there. So it's just we at the middle, we just look for where to fix ourselves. Just go online, get what you think it will edify you or make you look good, and that's just it. So it's just a 50-50 thing. Okay,
thank you very much. So I would like to move further. How does cyberbullying and online harassment, how does it affect the mental well-being and self-esteem of young people?
Because of social media has given us the opportunity of anonymity, that is being anonymous. So you see individuals who have no name, no pictures on their page, they come online, say anything they want to say and go offline, and people who don't have that mental capacity to overlook that bullying, they take it so seriously, or it affects their mental health, thereby leading them to depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. Meanwhile, the bully or the troll has totally forgotten about what they have even like come online to talk about or spread. But that's why I said that it depends like on you as the individual, because many times some people have that mental toughness to take it in, while some do not have that mental toughness to take it in. That is where you hear cases of suicide, depression, people going to rehab. The negative impact, it has that much effect on a person.
All right. So are you trying to say in essence that the harassment, bullying that people see online, are you trying to charge our audience not to take it to art, or the general public, whatever you see online, are you trying to say we should not take it to art, or people should pay attention to it?
I would
because
say,
most times it might be preaching reality. They might actually be speaking facts. So with what you've said, does that imply that they should just shove it aside and focus on their sanity?
On looking at the positivity of life. No matter what I'm doing, I'm big on looking at the positive. If that information can't add any value into my life, I have no reason to take it into my system or into my brain. It can have no effect on me. So if I want to advise, my advice to people out there is to not take the negativity of social media seriously. They should be able to decipher reality from online, from the virtual world. They should be able to decipher it.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Ken, what's your stance? How does online harassment and cyberbullying, how does it affect the mind of young people and their self-esteem?
Well, it has a really serious impact because of it through there are so many people that are really emotional, and they really take things really serious. I can casually look at someone and just say, you have big head, and they might just joke about it and just laugh about it. But there are some people, you tell them they have big head, they will go home and cry. So the social media space is just a combination of both people. So we don't know who we are relating to, because we just see their profile pictures, see their profile, see their posts. We don't really know how they feel, how they react to things. So we should be careful on how we say, because we shouldn't be the reason why somebody will kill himself. We shouldn't be the reason why somebody we start we change his behavior and all that. So we should be careful on how we post online, because it really has a serious effect. So we should be careful.
Oh, thank you so much. This is becoming really intriguing. So I would like to ask, how does excessive use of social media, how does it affect people's work, productivity, and relationship with others?
Distractions. I can go on TikTok. We all know how engaging TikTok is.
So much
and addictive.
Yes.
You go on TikTok, you know you have work, or you have functions that you're supposed to be able to do or round up, and you're on TikTok and you're scrolling and you're like from one video to 5 videos liking. So it causes distractions. Yes. It's a lack of focus, concentration. Before you know it, an hour is gone, 2 hours, 3 hours, and you've forgotten that you have something out there that you're supposed to do. Yes.
I think it's a big issue in society now.
And another thing with this social media, it has also caused social isolation. You know that these days people don't even know how to form connections, physical connections, because they are so stuck up on social media, and so like they are isolated because of social media, that you cannot form that connections, you cannot have long conversations. Long conversations. They will prefer
to get acquainted with their phone and just derive joy and pleasure from their phones than reaching out to people. So, Mr. Ken, what's your standpoint on what we have?
First of all, you see, our productivity matters a lot in work ethics. Because now we are so glued with our phones. We see, like I will say for a person, for me, I'm more of a freelance graphic designer. And I do remote jobs a lot. So I feel really pressured when I come to a business firm and they said, produce this now, we are waiting for you, the customer is sitting beside you. You see, it's not the same. It's not the same as when you are working alone in your own private room, and and all that. And when somebody is sitting beside you that do this thing, now I'm seeing you. You know, it really affects. So we need to, in as much as we want to be glued to the social media and want to be there, we should also understand that it's a different sphere. And in as much as we are trying to be there in our own space in social media, we should understand that the real life is different from that. Now, how we relate to people there really matters a lot. So we should learn the both, not just do one and leave one.
And that's why you realize that most of all these people trolling you, you see them in real life, they don't even have the courage.
They don't even match your physical standard in the first place. And then there is you in your house.
That's a part, that courage, they don't have it to say it. Most people talking online on social media, they don't have that courage to talk to you when they see you in reality. So that's actually another negative aspect. So social media destroys your courage. That is, you will not be able to, like, public speaking. You will not be able to do public speaking.
Yeah, we'll still come to that. Yeah.
Okay.
You see, and I saw a post online one day, and and it was really funny. It was a guy in a one-room apartment, very crazy. The one room is really crazy. I can't really describe how terrible it is. I will just use the word, it's really crazy. And he's just there with his phone in a torn bed, and he was just pressing his phone. And they just posted the caption and say, "This is the people shouting, telling you that you don't have sense, that you don't have money.
Imagine.
Look at where he's staying."
Yes.
You understand? So you see, most of them, they have this confidence to post online. But let them come out, so even their outlook appearance cannot even match.
It doesn't match. They are so imperfect, and
you understand. So it really affects our.
Thank you very much. So I would like to ask again, what is the impact of social media on the attention span of young people and their ability to communicate effectively?
Like what I said is that the negative impact of social media, it can't let you be productive on longer hour stacks.
Yes.
That focus is not there.
It's not there.
The concentration is not there. Back in the days, we were more on library, reading books. So the longer we were able to like work longer hours due to all these abilities that we had. But now, too much screen time and you're not able to like do anything. So the negative impact is big on that aspect. Is that what a whole lot of youths they've lost their focus.
So what are the long-term effects of that? I'm still on you, Ms. Tiffany. What are the effects of spending excessive screen time, having excessive screen time? What are the effects? How will it affect you as a young person?
As a young person?
Yes. The fact that your attention is being diverted when you're supposed to be productive. What's the long-term effects? What's the long-term effect from that?
On productivity, you can't deliver tasks on time. That's just one of it. I would say on productivity. That's like the best word to summarize it. Okay.
I'm coming to you, Mr. Ken. When it comes to this whole communication thing, I put it to you, which will you prefer, the face-to-face communication or virtual communication? Which appeals best to you?
Face-to-face.
Really?
I'm a face-to-face kind of girl. Honestly, I'm not lying. I'm a face-to-face kind of girl. And if I'm to give any advice to anybody out there, I would say face-to-face is the best form of communication. Why? Because you're looking at the individual you're talking to. You can see the person's facial expression. That you can, through those facial expressions, you can know if that person is understands what you're talking about or is assimilating what you're talking about. So personally, love with the face-to-face for faster communication, actually virtual, but important topics face-to-face, important discussions face-to-face.
Thank you very much. So Mr. Ken, what's the impact of social media on the attention span of young people and their ability to communicate?
Well, I would say it really affects a lot, and there are so many people like I said, they can talk a lot on social media, but seeing them physically, they can't actually talk. I will take this as a case study. I will give you an example as a case study.
Okay.
When I was in school, they gave us an assignment.
All right.
And they said the assignment will come in front of the class to defend the assignment. And meanwhile, let me pause the story there. In our class group chat, our WhatsApp platform, Jesus Christ is Lord. You see the noise there. Sometimes we mute the group chat because the noise there. See people posting a lot of noise and all that. You see, they can start a conversation, end the conversation, do everything there. That day, they said that we should come outside and defend our assignment. All of a sudden, you see people shaking. I saw a girl, the girl leg was moving. No music was playing, the leg was just moving and everything. Some people could not talk. You could not get their voice. They were standing. I was sitting at the front. I was not hearing some of them. I was not hearing them at all. You understand? So it's really terrible how people can actually not stand in front of people. There were some people, sorry to say, they could not even defend. They were crying. I saw somebody crying, begging the lecturer that please, you can't stand what? You can't stand what? So you see, it's just as a result of all this social media. They are so glued to the social media, and they think that they staying in the social media is just it. And after staying in the social media and they type the message and all that, they are much comfortable with that than the reward. And they're forgetting the fact that probably the reward is not more of a social media. It's just a face-to-face communication. Now, I'm doing this not with any stage fright, not with them. There are some people that cannot just sit down here talking to you on a live show.
Yes.
Even if it will be rebroadcast or something, they cannot just do it because they cannot just stand. And some people cannot just do it. It might sound really funny, but it's just it. But give them phone so that they can talk to
10 minutes BS.
Yes. Throwing more light on this question, I would say another impact is withdrawal symptoms. Okay. You see that some people, when they don't have access to their phone or social media, causes irritation. They are restless. Yeah, that like they cannot.
I've heard a friend tell me that her phone is her oxygen. Actually, that she can't breathe without.
Yeah, there are more of them.
Yes. So let's move. Let's move on to the next
vicious circle.
Exactly. So let me ask you, Mr. Ken, how does social media facilitate the spread of fake news and misinformation in society?
Okay, like I would say, like if there are, for example, the 100% of people in this world, I would say like 80% is on social media. And I would tell you, at every hour, at every time, I would say like 60% is always online.
Yes.
And that 60% that is online, it will be as if there is somebody just sitting bored in his room and all of a sudden, let me just go online and just pull everybody's leg. I just see Tinubu is dead. As soon as he says that, bam, 60% of people have seen it. And they start reposting.
Sharing.
And they start reposting. You understand? So before you know everything, so the social media is a space where virtually everybody it's just as if everybody in the whole world is there.
Yeah.
So by the time I see it, even though she's not online, I will come. Have you seen it? I will bring my phone and show. Have you seen it? So you see, this thing spread like more faster than coronavirus. You understand? So by the time we come online and we share some information that we ought not to share, it's really spread really fast than we expect. I tell you, I remember there was one time that Elebasi did something and he said, "Repost Jesus." In under 6 hours, the whole Nigeria as a whole, everybody, Jesus was on their status. I don't know if you remember that.
I recall that trend.
Everybody. That's the power of social media. If somebody very influential just say something now, it will get to everybody in next seconds. So it's really so it has a serious effect of when we share the wrong information, it gets to everybody. That just it.
All right, you have something to chip in?
Throwing more light, I would say erosion of trust because of the wild spread of misinformation. We no longer even trust all these traditional news sectors or government news because nobody knows what to believe and what not to believe. So you rather just be, should I say, ignorant about it. You rather not care.
Yeah.
I don't know if you grab my point.
I do. Thank you very much. So on a final note, I would like to ask you, Ms. Tiffany, how can we alleviate the negative effects of social media? How can we reduce it and then increase the positive effects of it?
Okay, I would say by promoting positive online behavior.
Okay, how is that?
Okay, we should be able to, as humans, individually, we should promote kindness instead of toxicity. We should be able to promote kindness on social media and accountability online.
Okay, who are you being accountable to?
Now, like promoting real news, good
news, factual and reliable
news. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. And we should engage respectful dialogue.
Okay.
Yeah. And another way is by setting healthy boundaries. Yeah. Like giving yourself time for social media and sticking to it instead of spending all your hours scrolling.
Yes, I think
liking. You can just give yourself some, like an hour or 30 minutes or 2 hours.
Yes. I think young people should aim at striking a balance when it comes to productivity and pleasure. They should be able to strike a balance. You should know the time allotted for this particular thing and the time allotted for another. Not just spending the entire time on one thing, so you don't miss out from the other. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Ken, how can we alleviate negative effects of social media and increase the positive effects?
Yeah, well, I would say we should promote digital literacy.
Okay.
In the sense that we enlighten people on how to use social media. But there are so many people on social media, they don't even know how to use social media. I tell you, I was online recently. I was discussing with somebody recently, and I saw something online. A young boy and a young girl, and he was asking the girl for sex on a camera, and they posted it online. They posted it online. Those people, on my own conclusion on that, they are not even supposed to have a phone. Not to even be on social media first.
Yes.
They're not supposed to have a phone. Because that's not
considering their age or what?
I'm not even talking about it. For you to post that, you are mentally not okay. Because that's a private life. Because that's just a fact that you don't even know the reason for social media. You should know what social media is to meet people, relate to people. Look at their ideas, share your ideas. For example, YouTube. I want to produce something now. I don't know how to do it. I can just go and say how to produce this. Maybe how to produce soup. I will get it on YouTube. That is what the social media space is for. To relate with people, to see new things, not to just come online and post. So we should be enlightening on how to use social media. So by the time we are enlightening on how to use social media, it helps foster it helps reduce the nonsense we see online.
And everything begins with us as individuals. We should be careful with what we post.
Yes, change begins with us.
Yes, it all starts with us.
Yeah.
And another thing is that personally, I would say an aspect of social media, youths or children should not be able to gain access to an aspect of social media until a certain age.
Oh, okay. Would you like to shed more light into that? Why do you think so?
I think so because some contents are too mature for a particular age grade. Even though, like, we say this all the time, like there are no like strict rules that like once you are this age or your parents are supposed to be. But the truth is that even you as a parent, you can never truly know. You can never truly follow up your child that much, or you can never truly know what your child is up to. So if there can be more strict rules on the kind of content a particular age grade are open to, maybe at a particular age you should just be open to YouTube and only the learning aspect of YouTube. Then when you get to 18, you can start accessing Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, and likes of them?
I think I'll go with her because I think the content,
it's a valid one.
The content we produce online is really somehow really terrible.
Yes.
I was talking to somebody recently and I was telling them that I saw a post. I don't use Twitter.
Okay.
Sorry to say, I don't use S.
Yes.
Because the content they post adult content, a full adult. There's no restriction on X.
On Twitter.
So just imagine a teenager, a young growing boy that is a teenager that you just got. Maybe you are a mom to that child. You just got him the phone and he's there on the social media. Yeah, he's on social media and he's watching adult content there. So if by the time we start watching the content we put online, it will really help reduce the effect of this social media in our society. So we work on our content. Produce meaningful content like this, meaningful content. It will help enlighten us and make us happy and help our mood also.
Emphasis on those healthy boundaries. Emphasis on the healthy boundaries. Yeah, you need to set strict boundaries and standards as an individual and as a parent for your children, because social media is wild. It's very wild, and let me break it to you. Younger ones are even getting more spoiled than the seniors, because we the seniors, we are aware of this and we are trying to avoid, but then they have little or no knowledge about about this, and they're so excited. Oh, I have a phone, let me explore. And you go and explore and see things you're not supposed to see. Your mental health cannot carry. Next thing, you're committing suicide. Next thing, you're going for rehab session. Next thing, you are depressed, because it takes a whole lot of mental strength. Number one, to even be on social media. Number two, talk more of even being a celebrity. Because you as an individual, the last time I ever commented on a social media post, I can't even remember, because one time I tried to like comment, you will see people who don't even understand the direction you're going at or the light you're trying to talk about. They will insult you. You realize that a lot of people on social media are angry. Some people, after they finish insulting you, they are going to go and commit suicide. They are just looking for ways to vent. They are jealous. But the real thing is that you are jealous of somebody who might also be struggling. That is one thing they don't even know.
Yes.
Do you understand my point?
Yeah.
You're jealous, you're angry about somebody that is also struggling, who is also at the verge of collapsing mentally because they have tried to keep up their fake lifestyle or whatever. I don't know if you understand my point. So my advice generally to people about social media is to not take everything you see on social media seriously. And I mean, even you as an individual, you know that there are times in your life you were crying and you posted something on social media that doesn't even relate to crying. I don't know if that. Yes. So look at yourself, and when you look at yourself and be like, oh, I've done this thing, you should know that there are people out there that are also doing these things. And worse, for people who already have that standard and they are trying to maintain it, they are doing worse than you that don't even have any, that you're not even a celebrity or you're not even so popular. Think about the popular ones, what they will do to keep up that standard.
Thank you very much, Ms. Stephanie. On a final note,
I will say in conclusion that the way the world is going, everybody must have a phone. Yes. Even a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old, everybody must have, because the way the world is going, everything is going to a virtual space and everybody wants to own a phone. So in as much as everybody is owning a phone, we should be careful, because what you will see there is not what you are expecting.
Yes.
You have to go for what you want.
That's the beginning.
Yeah, you have to go.
You
have to go for what you want, because you cannot say, okay, I'm going to the social media space to just enjoy. No, you have to know what you want. Because you cannot just go to the social media space and say, okay, I want to do. No. You have to select what comes to your timeline and what you see. Because there are a lot of things out there that will poison your mind, that can make you very useless. Because you are supposed to be a promising youth.
You need to be able to go online and search by yourself how to do this.
Yeah.
Even going on there without even requesting for those things, they come up with your
like naturally.
So you need to be the one to be like, okay, as I'm stepping into TikTok, this is what I want to learn, or this is what I want to watch.
All those contents you get on these ads and the likes, they are not even helpful.
Yes.
Because of making a research, you get to see those things by chance.
Yes.
Yeah. So we should be careful on our content.
Yes, but if there are strict rules that can be enacted to curtail social media, it will really be wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. On that note, we have reached the end of today's episode of Fides Family and Society. I'm sure you found today's conversation really educative and enlightening. Remember, social media is a tool. Learn to use it wisely. Many thanks to our esteemed guests from Education and ICT CDS Group for sharing their valuable insights.
Thank you very much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. You have the leverage to share your opinions, thoughts, and comments on all our social media handles, and also anticipate more and more captivating episodes only to come your way on Fides Family and Society. Until I come your way next time, I remain your host, Dennis Joy, saying goodbye.